If you are like me, you probably have used the same shear length for most situations and scenarios because it's what's most comfortable for you. While it's good to be comfortable with the shear length that you're using, we must acknowledge that each shear length has strengths and weaknesses, and as modern-day hairdressers, we should be able to utilize those strengths to their fullest potential. When defining a shear's length, we typically measure from the tip of the shear to the back side of the handle without measuring the tang. Having a shorter shear in your toolbox will drastically change the way you cut hair in terms of precision. Because the shear is shorter and smaller, you're able to get in tight areas where a longer length of shear would normally get in the way. Think about cutting around an ear or detailing a fine, precise bob. It would drastically open up a facet that you might have not known about in your world of cutting. A shorter shear is typically around 4.5 to 5 inches in length. Here we are in the back side of a bob where the perimeter needs to be tailored up just a little bit. As we can see, working with a shorter shear, we're able to work in a very precise manner, whereas a longer shear might be able to get in the way. The capabilities of having our shorter shear can make our lives much easier when we're working in tight areas. The medium length shear is one of the most popular shears on the market and is the reason why many stylists use this as their primary length of shear. Most likely because they received this shear in hair school and kept using it because of how comfortable it is and all the different scenarios you're able to use it. The medium length shear sits around 5.5 to 6 inches in length. Here we are on top of the head, and as we can see, the medium length shear fits comfortably over the top of my fingers. As this is what most stylists use for their work, the struggle is not when to use this shear, but when to put it down and reach for something else. It's okay to have your favorite length of shear, but understand there might be a more effective tool for the task at hand. One of the most feared and misunderstood shears in this category is the longer length of shear. In modern hairdressing, it has so many applications, from cutting length to deep point cutting and scissor over comb. Before we pick this tool up and use it, we must understand its capabilities and how to use it. Typically, longer lengths of shears sits between 6.5 and about 7 inches in length. Because of the longer blades, we're able to cover much more surface area while we're cutting. As we can see, I'm able to utilize every inch of the blade and cover much more surface area on the head. Longer shears are one of the most effective tools when we're looking to deep point cut. Make sure to leave enough room on top of your hands where the long shears can be effective when we are deep point cutting. As hairdressing continues to evolve, we can see the versatility of having a longer shear in your toolbox can be priceless. After reviewing all the different kinds of shears and shear lengths, we can see that a modern hairdresser would be more effective by having many different tools for many different scenarios in their toolbox. From a short and being very precise, to a long and creating texture and scissor over comb work.